it's me Laura from the Paper Soul and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to come and share a design team project with you, a journal, my latest journal for EllsieBeLs bookshelf. And the other thing I wanted to do before I get started on the journal is let you know that she is having a promotion today, which is Friday the 14th. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. And it also runs through tomorrow and Sunday, where if you buy anything from her shop, her kits from her shop for $3 or more, then she's going to send you this kit. And this is whether you do the print and ships or through the digital email download. The other thing too, the print and ships I mentioned is she can print them off and send them to you. That is an option in her shop. But this is Flower Garden Grunge kit. I went on and printed it off. I did not print it off in its full entirety. I shrunk it down just a little bit. There we go. Those pretty little flowers. It's got little, like it's a little hand drawn. It's really, really a cute kit. I got it upside down. It has like this little lined, kind of blue lined look background and everything. It's really, really pretty. And then there's that one. There's one. And there's the back of that. I just printed them the way I was going to have them. It looks like I've got some sun shining. I hope it's not distracting there. And there's part of the kit as well, little tags with some of those flower images on it. And then here, the little fun little circles and little fun things you can do with those little extra pieces and elements. So, really cute. Did I show you? I think I showed you all of them. Anyway, just really adorable little kit there. So if you spend $3 in her shop today, tomorrow, or Sunday, $3 or more, she will send you that kit for free. So let's talk about the one I have here in front of me. I did kind of a different thing. This is called her Grape Roses Kit. And I did something different with it. I did like a mixed media cover. I just thought it would be fun to do something a little different. So I fussy cut the rose out, and then I have a Tim Holtz butterfly there. And I've done tissue paper and antiquing, the collage medium that's kind of antique colored. I've got gold around the edges, and I have like the modeling paste where I put it through a stencil that had words on it, so it's got a texture to it as well. And then it's got one signature, and then here's the back. And so I fussy cut another rose of hers, a couple of more of those butterflies, and again, you have that kind of a mixed media look. I've got some little blue little paint dots on there too, just for interest and stuff. So that was a lot of fun to do something like that. Before I got into journal making, I actually was really into the art journaling and mixed media. So that was a lot of fun to mess around and play around with that again. So let's get into the journal. I've got my little tie here on the edge there. And then here is the inside where there's like a little pocket. I have a little flower here just to protect your hand from that little eyelet there. And here's one of her beautiful pages. This has got some gorgeous rose images in it. You will really like this if you love flowers and roses. And so you can journal all over that. You can journal over the pattern papers I've added. I've added coffee dyed papers. I've done my normal edge punching that I do. I've inked my pages. I've done sewing elements. I put quotes in. Here's a quote that says, "One rose is enough for the dawn." That's one of my favorite. I like that quote. And I made a little envelope out of some of her papers and just stuck some little scrap paper in there that you can do some little secret journaling on. And I have that tucked into this little pocket along with this little tag. And then this is one of the card elements from her kit, and I just added some paper to it, sewed around it, so you can journal all on that. Then I've got like a little tag out of some pattern paper, backed it with some graph paper there. And this is a little flip up. It flips up and you can do some journaling on that. I've got some metallic twines in my shop. I've got antique, like a antique rose gold or a vintage rose gold. I have gold, I've got silver, and I also have a rose gold by itself. So it's like a, not the vintage where the white part of the thread or yarn is, or twine is like really white on rose gold, and then it's like a vintage color off cream color, you know, on the vintage rose gold twine. I'm not making words very well today. Here I've got a little fun bird paper clip and a little die cut butterfly there. And of course this will be your read it on a leaf flip. And then I did like 2 extra pages in there so you can do some extra journaling. And here's some of that. This is the antique or vintage rose gold twine that I have. So I have it right there. So that will just clip in right here. Get that right there. And these are a little fun. This is a fun element. I love that little tag in her kit. And I just turned it into like a journaling spot. And then back here is like a little pocket. And I've got some washi tape right there. And then I've added in an alterations tag for whoever gets this journal can, you know, decorate that up or just journal on it or do whatever they would like. This journal is for sale. It will be listed in my Etsy shop. It is one signature. I think it is, the size of it is 8.5 by a little over 5.5 this way. I think it's 5 5/8 this way and 8.5 this way. And the pages I have, I think I've got 20. I've got about 20 pages in it. You've got about an 80 pages front and back, or 20 pages front and back, so that you have about 80 pages, not including some of the extra things that I put in there. So there's a lot of journaling space. Look at all that with her lined papers, and that pretty rose background is so pretty. This pretty little bird, I love. Very vibrant. I print my kits out on presentation paper, and it really makes the colors pop. Doing it on regular copy paper just dulls it down for me. It just is amazing. It's incredible the difference. So there's a little belly band and then some extra paper and then one of her pretty cards there. Here's like a little flip out for extra space, and then this is a little element that I created. I believe this was intended to be a belly band that she had, but I folded it over and put her ticket there and another little admissions ticket here, just for some little fun little fold over element here. Now I did a video last year on some of these elements that I made, but I never got around to making a journal with her kit, so now's the time. And that's a nice big journaling card there. And this was one of the elements that she had, where it's a fun little tab. So I just put it on a index card for journaling. And then this is a pretty little tag she had. I back anything that's been glued in, any pocket that's been glued in is backed with coffee dyed paper to add some thickness and sturdiness to it, so you can feel like you can use it and you're not going to rip anything. And like I say, I've got sewing all around and all kinds of different elements that I've sewn. And there's a quote, "How lovely the silence of growing things." That's an anonymous quote, but one of my favorites. Some extra journaling space there. Some lace. Here I just was having fun. I've seen it done, but I just sewed a bunch of various lines on doubled over coffee dye paper, so it's a real sturdy little journaling card you can write on the front and the back. And then extra pretty paper, pattern paper that matches. And isn't that a pretty little journaling card? And I backed it with some graph paper, grid paper. That rose is so pretty. And then here I have like a little, I fussy cut that out. I've got some washi tape there, and you can just pull that out and, you know, have that to journal on, and then tuck that back in. That's some of my pattern paper. This is grid paper that I backed, this little fussy cut image of a rose. And I kind of treated this, I've got this idea from the people that do planning, some planner people, and I think you call this a Dutch door. I'm not sure. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but that's where you just cut out part of the around the image, and it just kind of gives a nice definition to it. So that was a lot of fun. But you can journal on the back of that. You can journal here. That's one of her little pages that she laid out so well. It's real pretty. Pretty purple rose there. Here I have a lot of stuff going on. There's a tag back here that I created. I punched out a little butterfly from her papers, did some stenciling and stamping, but you can journal all over that. So that just fits down in here. And this little section here, I punched out a little tag with her papers, from her papers, and this is some of the ephemera that she includes. And then I fussy cut this, also included in the ephemera, and I backed it with coffee dye papers to make it a little bit sturdier. And then, the voice of your eyes is deeper than all roses, E.E. Cummings, that's that quote. But that lifts up, you can do your journaling, and obviously you saw that, you know, that's a pocket, this is a pocket right there. And then this all lifts up, and I made a booklet. So I've added some lined purple lavender paper, and yeah, you just got all that journaling space there. So I put that little guy down here, little pocket there. So that was a fun element. I like to do that one. A pretty little journal card here. I've added a bag here. I ran a ribbon in there. I did that really so you can just kind of get to it easily and open it easily. And I made, out of some of her lined paper, I made a little journal card. So you can just kind of pull on that ribbon a little bit, and that'll just open up your bag. And then I did another bag. I have these bags in my Etsy shop, by the way. So I did another bag. Put some lace there, and you can put whatever you want in there. I have made this little envelope out of her papers. That was a lot of fun. I punched out a little butterfly there and did some stenciling. That's one of the items that I made a while back. And more journaling. I fussy cut that for a little tuck spot for that little journal card. Stenciling. Little pocket here, another journal card I made out of her papers. I tend to like to do that. Isolate some of the pretty little images that there are and highlight them. Okay, so here I have this paper clipped on. This is one of my little overlays, and I made a booklet out of it as well. So you have your little pocket. It's sewn. I've got some extra paper. Have another little envelope I made out of her papers, and then some pattern paper that I made like a little tag out of. And so you open it up, and then you have more of her papers that are lined where you can do some journaling. And then I have the grid paper. I got a couple of pages of that. And then you've got the fronts and backs there. And then here's the back of it. It's another one of her pretty images that you can also journal on. And so here's the back. And it has a quote. It was June and the world smelled of roses. I just thought that was, I know everybody's looking forward to summer, you know, and just, I hope everyone is enjoying doing their crafting during these cooler months and winter months. You know, it's a good time to get your crafting done or get things done that you haven't been able to, whoops, I got that on wrong, that you haven't been able to do. And so when it's cold outside, it's a great time for that. So I just kind of put that there to make sure it holds. And that and that. So then when you flip it over, that's what this side looks like that. So I thought that was pretty, and that was one of her elements too, that little flower that I made a tuck out of. It actually was not one of her elements. It was, I cut it down when I was breaking one of her pages apart, and it was at the corner of a page, I believe. But isn't this pretty? And this black butterfly here, she has a few of them scattered throughout, and that's where I drew from the inspiration to do the black butterflies on the cover and on the back. So, yeah, that's just one page. Pretty, that little bird down there. But this is such a vibrant, pretty kit. Really good to make something like this in the winter months. And then this is kind of like where I'd already cut that out, and I wanted that to be in the middle. And I've stenciled back here. You can actually journal back here and journal on the back of this, but then you have it. Now, if you don't want to do that and you just want this to be in the middle, you can certainly glue that on. And I've got my little bird down here. I've named this journal Rosie, R-O-S-I-E. And so I just put Rosie on the front and the back of that little strings there. Pretty rose, that's on the back of my journal, and a pretty journaling card here. This was a lot of fun. It's a belly band where you can flip up and write in, and then I had one of my envelopes out of my shop, and I've grunged it up and stenciled and done some fun stamping and made it really look, you know, old and antique-y. I've stamped out a rose there to kind of hold that flap, and then you have your little quote on the inside. We can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice because thorn bushes have roses. And that was a quote by Abraham Lincoln. So I've sewed all around that, and I have tucked that in here. But I just love how that little envelope turned out. That was fun. Isn't that pretty? She's got some faded out in the background, and then she brightens them up and makes them really vibrant. The focal points. There's another one of those pretty black butterflies that's very striking with these colors. I made this little coin envelope here, and I've put it over this little area, and I've punched out some butterflies out of her papers. I have a little embosser where I embossed some roses. This just kind of feels really nice and tactile with all that embossed feel to it, but it's little roses all over it, and then I just colored up a few of them. Put a ribbon on it. I've got these in my shop as well. They're the card catalog cards, and then just some extra pattern paper here that I thought was striking with the black here. But this opens all the way up, so if I take my little coin envelope off, then you know that opens all the way up for your journaling space. So, like I said, lots of journaling space in this kit. And this is a little Rita Donnelly flip down. Another pretty tag. That's one also that I created from her kit. Little bird pocket and more of that lined journal card I made from her papers. Here's the other side of the bag. I've got some washi tape on it so you can get into it easily and not feel like you're worried about ripping it. I've put a little pocket on the other side and a little card I made, or a little small tag I made here, or small card I should say. I did sew around it and everything. And then I've put ribbon here. So you, like I say, you can easily open it by kind of just tugging on the ribbon a little bit. Here's another wonderful, massive journaling card. So you can journal all around on that. I have a little area here with a quote. It says, "Don't forget to stop and smell the roses." Walter Hagen. I was going to use this as a tuck spot, but I went on and put it all the way down. But that would be a neat little tuck spot, you know. Also, if someone, you know, wanted to make one like that, and I just had it ripped at the bottom and, you know, it was neat at the top. I like that look, and I thought it was really pretty with this pretty purple rose. More of her pretty papers and more journaling space there. and another little Dutch door. That's the other side. So did that with both, and you can journal on that as well. Little pocket here, and I got another little tag I made out of her papers, or a little card I should say, journaling card. And then this was one of her cards that she actually had in her kit. So I just attached paper, and so then when you flip it to the back, I put washi tape there, made a pocket, and got a little bingo card in there, but all of that extra little journaling space for you. Put it like that vibrant color peeking out. If this doesn't get you ready for summer, I don't know what will. That's the one I have on the cover. It's just gorgeous. Always maintain a kind of summer even in the middle of winter. That's Henry David Thoreau. Also one of my favorite quotes, and another card. Little tag I made. I made this journaling tag out of some napkin and stenciling and stamping. Stamped a little bird nest down there and put some cheesecloth. And you can journal all on the back of that. But I thought that that went really pretty with this paper. Some more journaling. Pretty image. I made a envelope where I embossed it, but I did lots of inking and coffee spraying on it until I got the look I wanted. I cut out one of her little roses and put cheesecloth under it. Like I say, this is embossed. I also covered this in a varnish, Liquitex varnish, to try to just make it stronger. Put a little lace on it. So there's the back, and then you have a little space to store some of your little goodies. And then on the back, I have a little tag, and I had them paper clipped together like that. So I had this here, and it says everything has beauty. And I just took some little torn pieces of my pattern papers, did a little stenciling, added a ribbon, and added some of the words from Tim Holtz. That's where I got the everything has beauty. So I just inked those up. And then here I had made a floating pocket out of her pretty paper there. And that's where I cut that little butterfly out. That's on one of my tags I showed you earlier, so you can see. And I made out of coffee dye paper. I sewed around and did some stamping. Made a little tab there that says notes, notes. Got a little rose stamp there, so that's a nice little journaling card. But then there's all kinds of space. You can tuck some goodies in there if you want to into this floating pocket. That was fun to make. And I did put vellum over that little butterfly that I punched out. This will open up all the way as well for more journaling. And then I just have this paper clipped. Put a picture here if you want, more journaling. Isn't that gorgeous? And then that pretty image back there. I love the bird on here, and I've got a pocket back here. Got a little flower here as well with some bling, and then I signed it, handmade by Laura, the Papered Soul 2020. So, again, this one's name is Rosie, and it will be for sale in my Etsy store. It's got the mixed media look. I've got gold kind of highlighted in different areas of it as well. And like I said, the raised feel of that modeling paste through a stencil, that was a lot of fun. So it's got texture, and it's just something different I wanted to do. But the tissue paper I got from, it just kind of had like a newsprint look to it. And I got it from Hobby Lobby, you know, so I thought that would be fun to decoupage with. So that's what I did. All right, everyone, I hope you have enjoyed my latest journal here, and I look forward to coming out and sharing another one with you, and I hope everyone has a wonderful, happy Valentine's Day. Bye.